Good afternoon, North Georgia. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson here with your weekly weather update. We'd love to keep you updated on what the forecast is doing here throughout the week. That way you can make a plan for it. We like to do those updates on Sundays, and then we'd like to update more on the weekend as we head into Wednesday. So let's talk a little bit about what is about to happen this weekend. And the answer is a lot of activity as far as rain is concerned. We're not talking about a ton of rainfall, but we are talking about some beneficial rain that is much needed due to the fact that we have been really dealing with some drought conditions all across portions of North Georgia. So let's go ahead and jump into our update. We do have some nice and warm conditions out there for today. A lot of cloud cover, temperatures well above average at the moment, and you see that we do have some shower activity just off to our west, impacting areas closer on towards Texas. More on that here in just a moment. We want to start off our update today talking a little bit about the 11 Alive app. Go ahead and download that. Right now 78 degrees. You see that mostly cloudy sky in Atlanta. Of course, that is as of 2:30 on Thursday. Typically we do these updates every single Sunday and Wednesday. Today is Thursday, though. We had to push it back a day due to a lot of things that we had going on at the station just yesterday, with a few more things that we were working on in the studio around the time that we typically do this update. So for today, on Thursday at 2:30, 78 degrees as we head throughout the afternoon. Temperatures, rising into the upper 70s and lower 80s, depending on where you're at here in North Georgia. Then we move into tonight. A lot of cloud cover. Temperatures are going to eventually fall down to the 50s and 60s. Don't forget to download the 11 Alive app. It can keep you updated on the forecast when you're on the go, including showing you live looks at the radar, which is going to be active this weekend, where you typically don't want to see rain, but hey, we could use the rainfall, and you're going to see when we're going to have that more beneficial rain here in just a second. Then make sure you download the 11 Alive app on your Roku and Fire TV devices, the 11 Alive Plus app. Great for extra weather and news information right there at your fingertips. If you ever see a news story that's on our channel, you can go ahead and click on the app and then get some extra news information about that certain story. Let's say it was a story that was happening in your neighborhood, and we only have really about minute 30 or so to talk about a story when we're on TV. You may get some extended information right there from the 11 Alive Plus app. And you can watch newscasts live from there too. So temperatures rising up to the upper 70s today. That is above average. Right now we're taking a look over the last 30 days of what we've dealt with for lows and highs each day. That's the number that you see here. That 54 was a low, 80 was the high. That's for yesterday. That red line is where the average should be, and the blue line is where the average should be for the low. You can see that we were well below average here, so we headed throughout the early part of the month of November after we finished up October well above average. And then we saw our temperatures really tick up back to being well above average here over the last few days. But we're about to see that change again, with temperatures dropping back down around average to even below that. So we're going to be closer to where we should be. Now, when we headed throughout the early portion of November, we dropped down to 34 degrees, but that's not even one of the coldest temperatures that we've had so far this year. The coldest we've been was 28 degrees on March 20th, which is, by the way, the last time Atlanta fell below freezing. Even though it was really cold to begin November, Atlanta itself did not drop to 32. We only dropped to 34 degrees. 32 degrees, we've been 32 and below a few times, you see here, with that being our top 5 coldest temperatures so far for the year of 2023. But of course, we still have a little bit more of the year to go. Take a look at the satellite radar. Again, you're seeing a lot of shower activity up towards the Mississippi Delta, stretching into Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, portions of Louisiana that really need it as well. They have a lot of exceptional drought off their way. They really need the rainfall off their direction, and we need it too, because we've got exceptional drought now for portions of North Georgia, for portions of Georgia in general. The state itself hasn't seen any exceptional drought since December 27th of 2016. So more than 2,500 days since we had exceptional drought, and now we have it again back in the region for the first time in years. But we do have rainfall, thankfully, in the forecast for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These rain chances not the most significant, but a little bit of rainfall is going to help out a lot right now because, again, it's been so dry out there. How does it pan out and how does it play out as far as the forecast is concerned? Well, Forecast Track gives us an idea. Temperatures, again, rising into the upper 70s today. We do have a lot of cloud cover that will continue to move in. And then we stay dry to start off the day here on Friday. Just a few showers there into far northwest Georgia, but then we head throughout the day on Friday. We will have some shower activity really increase across the region. Not everybody will see rain, but know that you're you're going to have a good shot for some rainfall there for Friday afternoon. And then you see the wind starting to make a little bit more of a turn, coming more to the northeast by the time we head into Saturday. That means that we are going to stay cooler this time of year. When we get those northeasterly winds, we get cool, we get cloudy, and we also get a little bit dreary and rainy. And that's what we can expect here for the weekend. For Saturday, 5 a.m., you're seeing some shower activity out there. Due to those northeasterly winds, we stay in that pattern of cool, gloomy, cloudy, rainy weather, continuing to keep on with the shower activity even for Saturday afternoon. And I know it seems like it's going to be constant. It's really going to be light to moderate rainfall, so we're not talking about any huge accumulations of rain, but it is still going to be beneficial because we need some of that rainfall to help push back against the drought. Then on Sunday, 7:30 a.m., seeing some shower activity out there. Rain chances are going to continue throughout Sunday afternoon, and by the time we head throughout the next 7 days here, we're going to pick up anywhere from around an inch of additional rainfall to maybe even up to a half of an inch for areas around the north of the Atlanta metro, and then even less than a half of an inch for far northwest Georgia. Now you notice that we have the inch of rainfall possible for areas like down towards Troup County, Meriwether County, and stretching further off towards the east. That's great for them. You know, they could use the rain too, but they don't need it as much as areas further off towards northwest Georgia. Remember that I pointed out northwest Georgia is not having as much rainfall, maybe less than half of an inch. Well, that's also the area where they have exceptional drought, where they're needing it even more. So areas that don't need it as much down through here, south of I-20, are going to get more rainfall than areas that really need it more, where we have the extreme and exceptional drought. The Atlanta metro currently just under that moderate drought, severe drought though, stretching even down into portions of Cherokee County. Now a wider look across the southeast shows that, again, much of Louisiana under that exceptional drought, Mississippi under a lot of exceptional drought, so the rainfall that they're getting today and throughout Friday as well, really going to be beneficial for them too. So how far are we behind on rainfall for Atlanta so far this year? Our normal year to date, so all the way up to this point, we should have just around 43 inches of rain. We're only at 35 inches of rainfall, just over that. And we're likely going to see this number improve a little bit, but this is not going to be a drought buster rain by any means. It will help us from seeing the drought worsen by too much, but it's also not going to help to push back the drought and let us see it kind of wither away across the region. The drought's still going to be fairly significant next week, but we're at least getting a little bit of a break again from some of these showers that we'll be expecting for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Taking a look at the rainfall for the year, by each month, you see that the last 3 months have been really dry, other than August. August did fairly well, but September, October, both of those months together, only a little bit more than 3 inches of rainfall fell through there. November, you see that we haven't had any rainfall yet. We actually haven't had any rainfall for the last 20 days. We need some measurable rain, and again, we are going to get that by the time we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, of course, this is also going to come with a cool down. We talked about that a little bit earlier on. Temperatures are going to drop back down to being around average for this time of year. We should be at 46 this time of year for the average low. Monday and Tuesday showing temperatures just at or below that number. And then you see our average high is also going to get closer to where we should be, or our temperatures will get closer to that average high. 68 for the high Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday in the 50s with 63 on Monday, 65 on Tuesday. So your 7-day forecast showing a lot of improvement there with what we should be seeing for this time of year. Looking for Veterans Day, you see on Veterans Day itself, we are going to have some shower activity, unfortunately, so any of those Veterans Day events, make sure that you have a way to bring them inside because we are, again, going to be dealing with a few showers out there. And then Sunday, 50% chance for rainfall before we get drier conditions back in for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Lows going to be in the 40s there, highs in the 60s, right around average for this time of year. We will get a slight chance for rain back in by the time we head into Wednesday. So we have some improved rainfall possible for this week, and then also the temperatures are going to get back closer to around average. But is it going to stay that way from day 8 through day 14? We're now looking beyond the 7-day forecast into the middle to end of the month of November, and it's looking like we are going to be having some above average temperatures. So that would be temperatures back into the 70s for highs. So those who like those warmer conditions, despite the fact that it is the fall months, you're going to get that again. Temperatures back into the 70s for highs, and then the above average rainfall still looks like it'll be possible, maybe just slightly above average though, which isn't enough to really break any drought conditions. But again, we will take whatever we can get to stop the drought from worsening any more than what we're currently dealing with. Quick look at the tropics. Not seeing any chance for tropical development over the next 7 days. Of course, we've had a very active season, mainly around the peak, the climatological peak of the season. That was right around September 10th, and man, we had a lot of activity in September, but things have finally calmed down. The most recent storm was Hurricane Tammy. That storm collapsed a couple weeks ago. No more worry there. If we do get any more named systems, which is possible, it would be Vince and Whitney, but let's hope we don't even have to use those names this year. Taking a look at your tropical timeline, notice September 10th again. That's the climatological peak. We started June 1st. It's now November 30th. We're getting closer to the end. Let's go ahead and mark that point, though, where we're currently at on the list. We're right about here at November 10th. So you see things really quiet down, and that will just continue as we head all the way through the end of the month of November. Taking a look at your Peach State outlook over the next 3 days here across the state of Georgia, you see that we are going to have the rain chances increase. Columbus is going to have an increase in rain chances for tomorrow especially, and also anywhere really further off to the north. Once you get further to the southeast, like Savannah, not as much on the rainfall chances, but Columbus, you see it over towards portions like Macon, up here into the Atlanta area. The further west and northwest you are in the state, the better chance you have for rain on Friday. And then we pretty much all get some better rain chances in as we head into Saturday and Sunday, with those temperatures really cooling off back to the 50s and 60s for highs, closer to around average to even below average for this time of year. Your weekend getaways, if you're planning any big trips here across the southeast for this weekend, it's looking like it's going to be a little bit of a wet weekend. So not the best weekend to maybe be down towards Destin or even Gatlinburg. Of course, Gatlinburg has a lot of great things to do inside, and some of those hikes are stunning when it's raining in the Smokies. Just make sure that you're watching your footing on any of those slippery rocks. Waterfall hikes are going to be absolutely beautiful whenever it's actively raining up there. South Carolina going to be dealing with some rain there in Charleston, Savannah as well, and then Lake Lanier going to be a little bit wet this weekend until we at least get to Monday. By the way, it will be drier on Friday for Savannah and Charleston and drier on Monday, so maybe you take those extra days so you can enjoy some of those drier periods when you're on vacation. And then Georgia State Park forecast, if you're planning any big hikes for tomorrow being Friday, you can go ahead and head out there and expect beautiful conditions again for waterfalls. Amicalola Falls should be really nice as the rain is falling, kind of filling up and swelling up the waterfall there and making everything look beautiful. Tallulah Gorge, I'm sure, will be stunning around that point too. And it will be drier down towards Skidaway Island, which is down there on the coast of Georgia. So I hope everybody can have a wonderful week ahead of them. Of course, we do these updates every Wednesday typically at 2:30 and every Sunday at 11 a.m. You can make sure you turn into those. Again, we did it on Thursday this week just because we had a few other things going on just yesterday, but typically every Sunday at 11 a.m. and then every Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. We can keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive, on TV, on air, online, and then, of course, on the app. Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb will be in this afternoon with the latest update. Meteorologist Melissa Nord will be on before that, even at 4 p.m. And then, of course, you can catch Meteorologist Chester McNeil in the morning and then me on the weekends. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.